All right, welcome back to the program. As you, it's, let's see, 4:11 in the afternoon, still about 60 degrees here at the KBYR studios. Yesterday, there was an AP story that broke. Rachel Orduro broke the story that the investigators investigating another ethics complaint, number 19, or I don't know what, anyways, one of the 20, let's say, ethics complaints been filed against the governor, put out a report that said the governor may be in violation. May be in violation. Well, it was kind of strange because the people who are handling, the trustee, Kristen Cole, handling this investigation, was still complying with information that they requested and all. And next thing they know, there's this report that's been leaked out to Rachel Doro from the AP. And so it has surprised everybody. I think I think the law has been broken. There's an absolute law that's been broken here. Tim Lindell, he is with the conservatives4palin.com. Tim, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Eddie. Thanks for having me on today.
Yeah, you bet. Why don't you start off and give us a summary of what took place, and then let's go from there.
Well, basically, what happened was a few months ago, Kim Chapman of Eagle River had filed an ethics complaint against the governor, and it was shortly after Kristen Cole had set up a legal defense fund to assist the governor with these hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of bills and legal charges she's racking up because of these endless frivolous complaints. Shortly after the fund was set up, Chapman filed this ethics complaint. She immediately leaked to the Associated Press that she had filed the complaint, and it's basically been ongoing since then. The investigator hired by the Personnel Board, Tom Daniels, apparently had a preliminary report put together that said that, in my opinion, I think that perhaps there may be cause to believe that there's an ethics violation here. Well, it appears that preliminary report was leaked, and I'm just reading over Kristen Cole's press release right now, and she's pretty convincingly demolished just about every claim that Daniels made in his report that there was, probable cause for an ethics violation by the governor.
Let me just read one excerpt from that. This is a press release, folks, that just taken place. Kristen Cole's trustee of the AlaskaFundTrust.com, I think it is, .com, Alaska Fund Trust, the AlaskaFundTrust.com. I want to be clear, Kristen Cole says, on a point that has been misrepresented. The governor is not and was not involved with the trust. The governor has never worked on or with the trust. The governor has not even accepted or requested one penny from the trust or, quite frankly, anything of me. And I have never expected anything from her. Really, it's quite the contrary, as I and many other caring folks across the country have only sought to help with this legal burden.
Absolutely. And you look at the conditions for donating to the Alaska Fund Trust to help out the governor. They're the most restrictive that you'll find on any sort of legal defense fund that any politician has anywhere. No one can donate more than $150. No lobbyists, nobody who's not an American citizen. It's really sort of ridiculous because Daniel suggests in his report that, maybe these people that are donating to to help the governor with their legal bills, they're going to expect something in return. I mean, if somebody and Ms. Cole points this out in a report, the majority of the donations they receive, 90% are outside Alaska, and the vast majority are under $50. So if somebody in Kansas donates $10 to help out the governor, or somebody in Minnesota gives $20, really what sort of service could they expect from the governor in return from that?
They're able to do a lot, It's crazy stuff. Here's the other point of this. The governor, Kristen Cole, went from coast to coast looking for attorneys to build this thing, to put it in the most legal form possible. And,
absolutely. They even hired attorneys that have set up legal defense funds for prominent Democrats. And several of those are set up as examples on the website for the Alaska Fund Trust. And, it appears that only, if you're the governor of Alaska, is it unethical to defend yourself against ethics charges.
Let me read a little bit here from this. And folks should know that Perkins Coie, C-O-I-E, is the law firm handling this. And on the front of this report that was leaked, it says, confidential report regarding ethics complaint pursuant to Alaska Statute 39.52.340. Now, I don't know, but I felt a little weird when I had in my hands a report that had big old stamp on it, said confidential report. I thought,
absolutely, and
when I was
Kristen Cole even pointed that out. Even her, as one of the primary parties involved in this complaint, she could not see that report. She had to go online to the Anchorage Daily News to see it, like everyone else.
When I was in the United States Navy, there were times when I was a duty driver. You have to do this duty every now and then. And if it said something like classified or top secret or anything like that, you didn't open it up. Confidential, you didn't open it up. So, when I sat here and saw this yesterday, I thought, well, what in the heck? How are these people having a confidential report out? And that was obviously raised some suspicions. Let me read.
Absolutely, and whoever leaked this report to Rachel Doro at the AP violated the law. There's no question of that. But and Tom Van Flein put out a statement yesterday saying that the governor was going to be, looking for whatever legal remedies she could get for this violation of the law, because there's no doubt that the leaking of this preliminary report has prejudiced the entire process and basically made a joke out of the whole thing if it wasn't already.
Well, I agree, and you also, I want to encourage people to go to your article at conservatives4palin.com, conservatives for the number 4palin.com, and read that. Let's take, before I got some calls backing up, but hold on just a second. And I want you to, there is little doubt that the Alaska, this is from the investigator, there's little doubt that on the confidential report, I might add, there is little doubt that the Alaska Fund Trust will provide personal gain to Governor Palin because the trust will provide a benefit to the governor's financial interest. The trust also provides a benefit because it is a promise to pay, quote unquote. The governor's personally incurred legal fees and costs in defending against ethics complaint. Moreover, when the trust actually pays the governor's legal fees, that will constitute a benefit to the governor because there will be a transfer of money, quote unquote. This is to the governor's advantage or self-interest.
I mean, how ludicrous is that?
That is crazy.
If you look at,
Go ahead.
If you look at any other politician, or let's look at anything else besides legal fees. If somebody makes a campaign contribution to Hollis French's run for governor, doesn't that mean he doesn't have to spend his own money? And isn't that a benefit to him? The whole report fails the common sense.
And it also makes a statement that there's no way that anybody, any political person in Alaska could ever raise money for legal defense fund, when in fact it's done from coast to coast in America. I mean, there's a plethora of cases where we can demonstrate that legal defense funds are just that. They're legal. Tim, please hold on. We're going to be right back with you. We got to pay some bills around here. 274-5297. We're going to take some phone calls. We'll be right back.